All right, let's see if we can do this. I'm Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, The Lonesome Crown, all published by Simon & Schuster Saga Press. Today I'm going to be reviewing Senlin Ascends by Josiah Bancroft. Now this book has an interesting story behind it. It was self-published, was sort of discovered by Mark Lawrence, famous fantasy author from Britain. Mark Lawrence sort of promoted it, started to sell a lot of copies. Orbit Books picked it up, turned it into a publishing sensation. Wonderful story, you know. Self-publishing. All the people that do self-publishing, I gotta say, very, very brave people. I couldn't do it. I don't have the, I like being traditionally published. Self-publishing is a journey I don't think I want to take. And so for everybody that does it, thumbs up for writing your books. Thumbs up for taking a chance to self-publish. And man, if it's a success, good on you. I look through a lot of self-published stuff, and I'll be honest, I think a lot of it, most of it, needs a little work. Let's be frank here. It needs a little work. And if the authors would just not rush to get their stuff out, I know you're excited. I know you're excited. You wrote a book, and that's great. It's awesome. Don't get so excited to just self-publish it that you just start throwing up your first and second drafts. You got to polish some of this stuff. Because the guys that do polish their stuff, like Andy Weir, who did The Martian, Josiah Bancroft, who did that. I mean, the possibility, it's endless, endless, endless possibilities. And this is one of those books, this is one of those self-published books where you can just tell the care that went into it, the time and effort that was spent on it, is just above and beyond. Above and beyond. And the cover, I think he had his friend do the cover. This is like the original. I mean, when he signed a book deal, he said, hey, let me have my original cover, my self-published cover. It works. It works for the story. It works very well. This is a wholly unique book, unlike anything I've ever read before. I mean, just when you think that there can be no more ideas out there, someone like this guy comes up with an idea that you're like, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. I don't think anybody's ever thought of that. What is the idea? What is Senlin Ascends? Well, Thomas Senlin and his wife, Maria, set off on a train on their vacation because Thomas's dream is to visit the Tower of Babel. Now, keep in mind, this is sort of an alternate universe thing where there is and I'm picturing it just sort of a European setting, sort of a European steampunk setting where just a lot of someones have built this massive tower that's so big that you don't even know where the top of it is. It just extends up so high, you just don't know where the top of it is. And it's like a tourist attraction. And people live in the tower. And the tower's not a nice place, turns out. Because Thomas Senlin, he gets to the tower and they're looking at it and there's all of the, just at the base of the tower, and the tower is so big, it's like layered like cake, like a cake, like every floor of the tower represents a different sort of clan, subculture, different type of decoration, like some of it's made of silk, some of it's made of steampunk metal, some of it's, some of it's made of marble and baths. Every single level is made and populated by different sorts of people and clans and architecture and everything, and it's just this massive thing. It's just this massive, mysterious thing. Yet everybody knows about it, but yet it's so full of mysteries, and it's so big that there's ships that circle it, like starships, like steampunk pirate ships. And there's pirates in the story too. There's pirates that fly outside and then into it, and there's landing docks, and it's just this massive, massive structure. It's why it's called the Tower of Babel. And I could see why you'd want to go, because everybody on the planet knows about it, but it's the biggest mystery on the planet. Nobody knows what's in it, really, so people want to go visit it. And so on the ground grounds out around it. The train lets them off, and the grounds just at the base of the tower, before you even get into the tower, the grounds are a maze. It's like a carnival maze. It's like a market street carnival maze of just shops and little stores and people selling things, and just it's just bonkers. And so Thomas and his wife, they step off the train, looking at the tower. They can't see the top of it. I mean, the clouds, I mean, it's just like, wow, they're just overawed. And then not only that, but just the grounds in front of the tower are just, that's enough to bring you to the tourist site, right? And so then they're in this bazaar. They're in this bazaar where everything is just, there's so much stuff between the train station and the actual tower, and they have to go through it. And Senlin loses his wife before they even get to the tower and the craziness that's the tower. He loses his wife in the shopping bazaar, and it's a massive shopping bazaar. And he's like, now Senlin, our main man Senlin, he comes off as a bit of a simp. I mean, he comes off as a guy who's married way above his station. Like, he's just a regular dude like you and me. But somehow, he married, like, Giselle Bundchen. Like, he married, you know, he married Scarlett Johansson. He stumbled into a hot chick that for some reason liked him and married him. And so, but he comes off as kind of a little simp around her. And a little unsure of himself, not so sure of himself, a little Bilbo Bagginsy, you know, just kind of like, I want to go on this adventure. I've always dreamed of seeing this, but gosh, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. But then his wife disappears right in the bazaar. And so now he's searching the bazaar for his wife. And it's just like, I mean, it's just crazy. Crazy. He's lost his wife. And so he's like, he gets hints and clues that someone that looks like her actually went into the tower. They're like, oh yeah, that chick, I think I saw her enter the Tower of Babel with some dudes, some creepy dudes. And then it's like everybody, and so Senlin goes into the tower, and that's when just stuff goes bonkers. Just because, and I don't want to describe anything about the tower because that's the magic of this book, is this guy. This is like something out of a dream. This is like something where you're dreaming it. Like you have a dream at night and you're like, the dream is so strange, and you just jot down what happened and you come up with this book, right? You know, where things just, you know, 1 minute you're walking through something and then just everything just shifts and changes, and then you're walking through somewhere else and the people are just, it's just nuts. It's absolute nuts. And it's written in very, very poetically allegorical terms also. So you're also not only just getting a great story of this wackadoo place, but you're getting like this, it's like this clockwork circus funhouse. You've entered this Tower of Babel, you know, you're the first floor. And in this book here, we don't get to see much of it. But what we do see, it's just like, sometimes the guy Senlin is why I'm like, am I in a play? Am I an actor in a play in here? I mean, literally, that's what you're thinking as you're reading. You're like, so what this tower is just screwing with his head, and it's screwing with the readers' heads. And it's just so uniquely far out and charming in a way. And it's written so well, and there's so many deep hidden meanings in everything this guy's seeing. I was just super duper impressed. I loved it. I mean, I don't know if I did a good job of describing anything that happens because I don't want to get into what's going on in this Tower of Babel, because that's the joy of the whole thing. And then, you know, we've got the book 2 up here, which I haven't read yet, with the Hod King. No, I don't know what number. That might be book 3. Oh, Arm of the Sphinx. Yeah, I've skimmed through that a little bit. I'm going to get to it. But I know, just from what I've read in the second book, man, things just start, I mean, now, I know in the second book, we start to get into some of the pirate ships that are floating around the tower. And so I'm just like, this thing could go any number of directions. And there's no way you're going to predict, there's no way you're going to know what direction it's going to go. We've already got some hints and stuff in what I've read of in this book and what I've read of this book. We've got some hints that his wife, I don't even want to say. I don't even want to spoil that. But our main man Senlin, he's starting to get a little more confidence as he goes, and he meets characters. The characters are just, each character that he comes across, because this is just like a, I don't know how to describe this. This is like a quest tale through someone's really far out dream that they had when they were on acid. So that's what it is. It's just outside of anything else I've ever read. And so kudos to Mark Lawrence for finding this guy and promoting his stuff, so we got a book deal, and so that I come to my attention so I could read it, because it's certainly a delight, certainly a pleasant surprise. And kudos to Josiah Bancroft for writing such an awesome story. Can't wait to get to the rest of it. I give this 8.5 out of 10. This is a damn surprisingly good book.